Imagine closely interacting with your favorite celebrity crush. You would all be on cloud nine if that happens. What if it's with the Kardashians? Flaunting in those photo shoots or shows isn't something that's done single-handedly. Many staff are working backstage. But are the Kardashians dramatic with their staff as well? Well, let's find out. Khloe certainly is the fans' favorite, but is she her employees' favorite? Khloe is blunt, and that's what got the diva a million fans may be. Well, she looks like the amiable guy from the dramatic clan, so that's natural. But the employees have been bearing the brunt if at all a single thing was misplaced. They all agree that working for a celebrity was a dream job for them, but it turned out to be a nightmare ultimately. Out of all the Kardashians, Khloe's employees are having it all messed up. The demands Khloe usually put forth are super crazy, and few employees were traumatized due to the work nature. And what we know for now is that a few employees almost went crazy due to these demands. It sounded too unreal when they passed the interview and they finally felt that their career is getting somewhere. They all signed up for the job after going through the job description. But the responsibility that came along with the dream job wasn't something they signed up for. It's you made to sleep and function accordingly. But what if these basic needs were ignored? Kim Kardashian did have quite a controversy going on regarding their approach to employees. The clan has its super hectic schedule and they expect the employees to run along with it without raising any complaint. The responsibility was way beyond what a human could possibly withhold, and things didn't work out well for any of them. What came into our mind is everything that glitters isn't gold. The contract was one thing, but when the job actually started, things weren't actually what they expected it to be. It all literally goes out of the window the moment you actually start the work. Khloe is a millionaire and she is very keen about how she spends her money on her staff. Well, those luxurious goodies she buys get better care and consideration than actual humans. Her theory is if we are going to invest your money in a person, you should rather make use of it in whatever way possible. One of the former assistant editors from Khloe's team had it enough and took the courage to reveal the bad experience she faced while she was working for Khloe. It wasn't all butterflies and rainbows for her. The assistant was underpaid and was exploited awfully. The post was shortly taken down after it almost created an uproar. Now, you all might be wondering, how much would the employee be paid, especially if you're working under a millionaire? You all might be thinking that the pay is going to be grand and will go hand in hand with the clan's reputation. And here is where it gets crazy. The craziest part is the former Kardashian employees were all underpaid, and they were not compensated based on their experience in overtime. They had to move around a lot while working for Khloe. When it's time for Khloe to travel, the employees had to be there, leaving behind whatever they were doing till then. Did they sleep properly or did they get to have the food were not something that ever mattered to Khloe. This also meant they had to sometimes take care of the Kardashian kids and be all around the place. Are we still talking about the dream job? Well, we doubt it. The employees never got a moment to relieve that stress and had to be on toes throughout the day or even a year. Khloe's travel staff had it hard and they had to bear with her bad attitude. Now let's talk about a part that we are all familiar with. The Kardashian social media presence. Even if they post a random picture or post, that would fetch over 1 million views or likes in a bit. It's a privilege the whole Kardashian family enjoys. However, the employees don't enjoy such continuous posting of pictures or stories. It means that they will be called out at odd hours to check if the comments are neutral, whether the editing wasn't on point or was the caption enough. We're not bluffing, folks. We have seen an incident where Khloe's not-so-perfect picture was posted on the internet. Fans automatically knew that one of her assistants messed it up and they were probably going to face a rough patch at work the same day. We all know what the consequence would be. Last time Khloe's unedited bikini picture was posted on Instagram, her assistant was fired shortly. Kardashian certainly doesn't tolerate a mess-up, and if that happens even then, it's a game over for the employee. This is something we can understand from the life of all those ex-employees. Despite having a successful brand, she failed at keeping her staff department successful as well. They all have a highly stressful environment, and the employees working at her company have rated the work environment experience to be 2.9 out of 5. That means barely 26% of employees think that they are able to cope up with the work environment. So in short, there is no work-life balance culture. That part is a total mess. Talking about toxic leadership, office politics, manipulative management, Khloe's workspace is a mixture of all these. In the beginning, it would be pure bliss and you feel you are being a part of a privileged community. But things would take a drastic turn. Before you know it, you will be in a toxic work matrix. The worst part is some employees still stick around due to their life difficulties. They are in a constant turmoil and there is no escape for them. All that really matters is money and there is no place for humanity at work. The upper management makes sure this ideology is being followed and absolutely no one would get the privilege to have a stress-free work life. How does that sound to you at all? Would you like to sign up for working on Khloe's team if you ever got the chance? Once an employee pushed a lawsuit but had to leave disappointed as Khloe still found her way out of the lawsuit by making odd demands. Is it that impossible to make sure rightful demands are being carried out? Is it that difficult to make sure her team is having a less stressful and well-compensating work environment? Our thoughts exactly. The mistreatment almost exceeded the limits and reached the edge of the extreme. The employees had to sacrifice their sleep, personal stuff, and maybe even food. They had to stick around literally 24/7 without complaining. One of her assistants named Matthew had to take a leave due to his knee injury. However, things went south and he was terminated without notice. He worked for Khloe for 3 years and was not negotiated accordingly. He tried to get his job back after stating the reason for his leave multiple times. He wasn't an irresponsible staff member as he did ask for the leave to recover from his injury. But Khloe indirectly said that there was no space for so-called empathy and he only mattered if he was still doing the job. If he can afford to take leave, then it might as well be good to leave the job permanently. Does that even make sense? Like, where's the logic in this? The truth is all these employees never had to raise their voice against the mistreatment they face. They had to bear it or pick up your pride and leave. On top of it, Matthew didn't receive proper compensation for all those overtime he did. Khloe clearly violated the standard labor laws and almost threw it all in the trash box. Work rules were something that she dictated and there was nothing more to it. Losing the job did Matthew much damage. It was a stain to his professional reputation. Although he took the legal route, it was all in vain. But what Khloe stated in reply to the claims were, Matthew is raising false accusations. He was compensated fairly for his job, he was on an extended leave, but it had to be eventually replaced. She also added that she will not bear or tolerate such false accusations. Getting sued and denying such claims runs in the family, and the Kardashians doesn't mind denying such claims. Both Khloe and Kim had been bearing the brunt of ignoring the Canadian labor rule. Kim's 7 employees went ahead and filed a lawsuit, but they were all deemed as a frivolous lawsuit by the family, and it was nothing new to them. So what we now know is that they didn't receive the minimum wages, were not provided proper meals, and were denied basic human rights. However, Kim stated that no one actually wants to work these days and they keep on making excuses to escape from their responsibilities. If that really is the logic that runs in the family, do we still have a shot at discussing basic labor rights, folks? It's almost out of the equation now. Who is your favorite Kardashian? Comment below, and if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. Stay tuned for such catchy content. The Kardashian drama is getting nowhere and we have more news of it. Check out our other videos. Until next time, bye!